Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of CSP, ladies and gentlemen. And today we have a really special guest joining us. We have a content creator slash fitness influencer slash fellow Christ guy. So please welcome Hemanth Madhu.
Hi guys, thank you for having me here.
So, Hemanth,
Thank you
just
for coming.
a bit of an intro about yourself before we get into any of the details.
So basically, I make content for my page. I don't see myself as an influencer yet, but yeah, I make content for my page to entertain people and motivate them. And yes,
Yeah, I think, bro, like I'm serious when I'm saying this. I saw your reel like after I joined Christ, okay, and so I saw one of your reels where the basketball court was there, the red and blue one. And I'm like, that place looks oddly familiar. Like somewhere, like I know this place. And then I saw the Nantari Pala there, and then I saw, and then I'm like, holy shit, like this guy's from Christ. Okay.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then and then yeah, and then I of course naturally it made me want to see like if you're a senior or junior. So like I went and I clicked your page. And then I saw that I think you made a reel about accounts of commerce, right? Where like you
yeah, I
stayed
did.
up
That was
in
like,
Rajat Arora. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, damn, like this guy might actually, be because like your class is literally right next to mine,
yeah, your camel,
right?
right? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, exactly,
yeah,
exactly. So I was like, holy shit, like how it like full multiverse was colliding. I'm like, there's no way. Okay. But yeah, man, like firstly, thank you for coming. Okay.
Yeah,
It's a pleasure having someone because I don't think we've ever had someone, who like has a firstly a fitness account, firstly amazing. Okay.
yeah.
Uh, as a person who of course tries to be as fit as possible, uh, goes to the gym whenever they can. Your account actually motivates me a lot. So one of the reasons you have an account, well, it seems to be working.
And it's not the type of motivation that, makes you feel all depressed. It's
yeah,
like so positive, and there's like a really positive message coming out of it, which like it like boosts me and makes me go to places like I don't even know that there were. So I've seen some of your reels in the past just on my For You page while I was scrolling. I was like, damn, this
mhm.
guy's good. Like I've never seen content like that. And it was just really, really nice seeing it on there.
Yeah, dude. Like my content, I base it around my friends, and like I feel like I try to keep it very, unfiltered and like very natural in like a sense like I don't have to be at a club to be having fun. It's just the small moments that we
Exactly.
have with our friends that make the memories, and that's literally what I
Yeah,
try to capture and put in my content.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah. I mean, it's absolutely amazing because like nowadays you see like even for like people who have like a really like a really strict routine if they're a fitness influencer, it's extremely serious, right?
Mhm.
Like you don't really see them like as actual humans. You see them as some proper influencer who's probably getting paid to sponsor something, or like you don't see their regular life, right?
Mhm.
But like your reels, like especially the fitness ones, right? Like
Mhm.
even on your stories, uh, I don't know, man. Like something, it just makes me feel that, like, oh, like he's such a chill guy. Like I could like genuinely go up and like talk to him and like be his friend, not like
Bro, the
one
thing
of
is,
those. Uh,
when I try to make my content, I don't try to make myself the only like the gym dude. Like no personality. I've seen a lot of people do that in a gym, and just like your entire personality is based off working out, and like it's totally fine. But I feel like that's not me, and there's like more to me because from the last 2 years, people knew me as a gym guy, right? And I didn't like that tag because I have a personality other than that. So gym is a part of me. It's like not me. So I don't want people to refer me as a gym guy. I want them to refer me as Hemanth. And yeah, that's what I'm aiming for.
yeah, exactly. And I think that's what's lacking right now. Like you don't see people posting stuff like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So honestly, man, like. when I first saw it, I'm like, so I think first I saw a reel about you in Christ. Then I'm like, holy shit, like he's jacked too. So it's like, okay, like he's having fun with his friends, you know, you're like going out with them, you're taking the scooter out for a ride, whatever. So I'm like perfect balance of like
A
whatever
lot
he
of
could.
fucking around, yeah.
Yeah.
And
So this leads to my next question. So as you said in the beginning, you don't see yourself as an influencer as of now, but like in the future, do you see yourself, continuing in this field and like basing your career off this?
Dude, I honestly am just like trying my luck out in it. If it works out for me, might as well. But I'm not like fully depending on it and like having my hopes up and like I have to do this. It's like an hobby for me right now. I enjoy like editing and posting out shit. And like like I enjoy recording in general, like all the small moments and putting it out. If it does well, then why not? But like not keeping my hopes up and like, getting disappointed and shit like that.
mm, so going back to the fitness part of it, like how did you start off and how, like, what was your journey through the fitness field, you know?
So basically, I started in September 2020. It started out of plain boredom because it was like COVID time and I had nothing to do at home. And like my brother's friend had this CrossFit gym. So it was just the four of us, like other friends, just going there and training there. They were like, my brother's friends are like 22, 23. So they were like my first trainers. And then I did CrossFit for the first 2 years of my life. And then I quit CrossFit because I wasn't getting the mass I needed. I had a lot of strength, but I wasn't getting the mass I needed. So I just quit, CrossFit and I started bodybuilding and it's been a year and yeah, just trying to put on some muscle.
All right. So what are some of the like key principles of your fitness philosophy? Like, um, there's discipline, there's motivation. How do you balance those things out?
Dude, I feel like for me, last year, 10th grade, entire year, I used to wake up at like 4 and go to the gym, like entire year, because I didn't have time in the evening. And I feel like my personality, like people used to call me the gym guy, right? So there's so much more pressure on me to, uphold that name. I'm like, I have to do this. If I don't do it, like people are gonna like what people are gonna look at me. Like if I myself call the gym guy, I'm not going to the gym. Like what's gonna happen? And that was one of the leading factors. Plus, had a little bit of mind fuck that time. So it was just whenever I was pissed, I used to go to the gym in the morning. It was just like the entire day I knew was gonna be a struggle. So this first 2 hours in the morning, it was just like go remove everything and then go to school. And yeah,
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, that's the starting story for everyone.
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
and then you need a way to release the stress, and you're like,
yeah.
well, multiple ways to release it, but the healthier option is going to the gym. Uh, but yeah, coming back to the whole editing part of it, or like the posting part of it, how do you decide, like, okay, this is when I'm going to record, this is exactly how I'm going to record, and like all the editing aspects of it?
Bro, the thing is, with the recording part, it's just that I record when my friends are not knowing. Like it's just like they'll be just be fucking around and I'll just have a camera on and then they won't even realize it. That's why it's all the videos are very less of me because I'm the one recording them half the time. And like the editing is very simple. I edit on the Instagram app itself, nothing too complicated. And like the way I decide what to post is literally I'll be scrolling on my account and I'll see some audio and I'll listen to the audio over and over again and I'll be like, I could make something out of this. So it's nothing like I have to post once in 3 days or once in a week. Just like whenever I feel like I have a good idea, that's when I post.
Right. And then how do you, so of course, I think one of the reels that blew up for you first was the one where you were in a supermarket, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think,
that was the first
yeah,
one.
yeah. So then, firstly, what was your reaction to that? Because that got what, like a million
Yeah, that got
views? Like,
millions. Yeah, that was like the first one.
yeah,
Basically, we went to the supermarket to get, I think, Coke or something. And I was like, that time I was a little like heartbroken types, okay? So I used to see everything and I used to make it sad. So I was like, why not record this? And my friend was like, bro, shut the fuck up. I'm not doing this. And I'm the type of person who I'm going to sit and post my friends. I'm like, I want to do it. You're doing it. So I forcefully made my friend like record us. I just sat, I edited it, and I posted it like thrice because I kept making mistakes in the fucking grammar. Okay, I posted it thrice and I just left it. 1 week later, it like starts literally going on top. And like 2 weeks, it has a million views, and like I gained like 1,000 followers, and I was like full hyped. I'm like yes, finally, because I've been posting on this account for a year, and I had no like good, reach in any of the reels. I was just like, finally, one reel is doing good, and yeah, I was just happy.
So after that sudden, like, that viral reel that you had, what was like, what was I'm sure there was a shift in the mindset of everyone who was around you, right? There were like
Yeah.
people started like think differently. Like, can you tell us a bit more about that?
Well, the thing is, with me, I feel like people have always known me as like the one who like sticks out as a sore thumb. Like for me to fit in with people, it's very easily. I'm like if you put me in a room full of new people, I will make friends immediately. It's not really hard for me. And like I feel like the it didn't change. Nothing changed. Like the attitude towards me, it never changed because I've always been like this. And yeah, now it's a little different because like a lot of my reels have gone viral. Now there's a difference. Like people start treating you better. They speak to you much nicer.
Hmm.
Nothing besides that. They want to be around you
Yeah, I
because
mean,
yeah, they want to get posted and like they'll get followers and it's yeah, that's it.
It's all for cloud.
okay. Um,
It's all about cloud. Yeah, and like you see it, dude. It's very evident because
Yeah,
the
yeah,
people
yeah.
who you didn't speak to you before are like coming and speaking to you now. It's just like okay, fine.
yeah, no, I mean, at first, right? Like I saw him in college a few times, and I'm like, oh, like should I go ask him? Like, what if he's like, like a really rude guy, and like he's not willing to say yes. I'm like, oh, too much risk is there. Okay,
A lot of
he'll
people
think
think I'm
some
very rude.
random
That's
guy
the
is
thing.
coming to ask him.
A lot of people are very scared to talk
Yeah,
to me in college. Yeah.
no,
It's just like I don't
exactly.
get
And
it. I'm
then
always like smiling and laughing. Like no one comes and speaks to me. They look at me and they just walk away, and I'm just like,
yeah, no. So then, like, that's what I thought. I'm like, bro, like, okay, what do I have to lose? If he says
yeah,
no, or if he behaves in a rude way, like, happens. Okay, like, you have to move on. But, like, when I first spoke to you, right? I think it was after some event, I think Page to Stage or
yeah. It was
something.
after page to stage.
And I went up to him and I said, yo, Hemanth, right? And then I told him I'm from Camel, my name is Chiranjeev, blah blah blah. Do you mind doing a podcast and all? And he's like, yeah, sure. And I was like, well, that was much easier than I expected. And yeah, so for anyone wondering, Hemanth's a really sweet guy. Okay. Uh,
Thank you.
look, like bro, like from the time we started recording, the only thing I can remember is him smiling and laughing. Okay.
I can
So
see
he's
that
The
on
a
thing
the
is, I'm
reels that he
constantly like
posts.
fucking
Every
around.
reel that he posts, he's smiling. And like it's just like it
exactly,
makes you smile as well, because all of these reels are like, oh,
exactly.
suck, you should go to the gym job.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
suddenly you have
yeah.
someone who's smiling and telling you it's gonna be okay. It's so nice to have that.
Yeah,
Yeah, to be honest, I feel like you need to like be happy. There's a lot of things that could make you sad, but like just push through it. Say fuck it, we ball and move on. That's like my theory. Fuck it, we
Yeah,
ball and move on.
yeah.
Literally.
yeah. No, I think that's what happens. Wait, but you said, right, like people have started treating you differently, after like most of your reels have blown up. So how are you dealing with that, Like, are you trying to stay away from those people, or are you like, not screw it, man? Like, you want to get posted, you want to get famous, you want to grow. Like, okay, how do you react to those
No, see, the thing is, I don't mind like posting people and helping them out. It's not a big deal because for me, if someone's coming and asking me, it's just like, okay, fine, you asked me, I'll do it. But it gets really annoying when they start using me only for that, right? Like, if you're going to be a genuinely good friend to me, I'll help you out. Not a big deal for me. But if you start using me only for that, and the thing is, I can see it when people are just using me for clout. It's irritating. That's the thing. if you're genuinely nice to me all the time and you're a genuine friend to me, I'll post you without you asking me. That's the thing. If I'm the type of person, if I grow, I'll make sure my friends grow too. I will make sure you're on the same level as me because I don't want to be on top alone. It's nothing for me. So for me, if I'm growing, I'll make sure my
Mm.
friends grow too. And yeah,
That's a nice message, like, brotherhood and everything like that. You stick
yeah.
with the ones that got you there and stick with the ones who make you happy, you know? So those are the things. Now, going back to more of the fitness side, how do you stay motivated to maintain a consistent fitness routine? I know, like, since you had your 10th boards last year, it's gotten very tough to maintain that routine. So how do you do it? Like, how do you stay consistent with everything?
So basically, last December, I stopped working out until June because of boards and then vacations. I couldn't be consistent and I gained a lot of weight, lost most of my muscle. And getting back was very hard for me. It was like I used to work out twice a week, thrice a week, and I was just like, fuck it, because my shirts wasn't fitting the same. I wasn't getting the pump. I wasn't feeling the pump. Like even when I was pumped, I felt like I was so small. Nothing felt good. My self-esteem was full fucked. And then I used to go to gym like twice a week, and I was like, I can't do this. And then I used to see my friends' snaps where they're like massive because they were in 11th, right? My friends are a year older to me. And I was like, I'm not gonna let these people be bigger than me because I was the first one started who started gymming. And if I saw my best friend bigger than me, it's just like I have to be as big as this guy. And those people also used to be like, bro, stop being such a lazy fuck, go work out. And I was just like, okay, fine. 2 months I'll put in the work, I'll get back whatever I had, and I just started going consistently. It didn't go from like 2 days a week to 6 days a week directly. It went to 3 days a week, then 4 days a week, and now I'm consistent. I'm going 5 days a week to the gym, staying consistent. And yeah, I've got back most of my muscle, if not more, and yeah, it's all good now.
Right. I think what you said there is honestly such a, true thing because like the people who you actually end up surrounding yourself with can actually make or break who you are and how you are as a person. So I think from experience,
I
I
feel
can
like
say this too.
it was more of when I used to scroll on Reels, I used to see all these physiques and I used to look in the mirror and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I can't be like this. There was this self-guilt that I felt every time I missed the gym and I was sitting at home and eating chips. And I was just like, I can't be like this. And I started going to the gym. It's more of that than, my friends motivating me because I've seen my own friends, like the entire group is gymming, but there'll be this one dude who's like, just like, fuck it, I don't care. Right.
Mm.
Hmm.
So it's more
Right.
They're just
about,
there
I
for the
think,
vibes.
hmm?
They're just there for the vibes.
Yeah, just there for the vibes. Yeah. But I feel like it's more of your self motivation than others motivating you. And yeah, you need to tell yourself to do something. You can't depend on others constantly telling you to do it because that after a point they're just gonna be like, bro, let this guy do what he wants,
And
and
there's
then
also
just
yeah,
like
I
a
think,
lot of discipline that's involved in it as well. Like it's not only
yeah,
about like self-motivation. You're like, I don't want to do this right now, but I have to because I want to be somewhere in life." So it's a lot of discipline as well.
yeah, for me, yeah, totally. That's why I work out in the morning too. I wake up early morning. I wake up at 4:30 now, and I don't have caffeine until I'm coming to college until like 7:45. Because it's very hard to mentally wake up in the morning and push yourself out of bed and go to the gym and work out. If I'm able to do that, then when the times are hard for me, I'll be able to push without any thing helping me. If I take caffeine, it's very easy for me. If I take caffeine, it's just gonna pump me up and I can just go work out easily. But without caffeine, you're literally so sleepy in the morning and it's literally so cold nowadays, so it's very
Mm.
hard to push yourself out of bed. If you can mentally do that, then nothing is hard for you.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
uh, yeah. You said that you wake up at 4:30 every day. So like walk us through like your daily routine because I'm assuming if you wake up early, you're also sleeping early.
Yeah.
At least I'm hoping that's
So
what it is. So walk us through your daily routine.
I wake up at 4:30. 15 minutes, I'll sit there and have a board with my head. I'll be like, should I go? Should I not go? I'll just be like, fuck it, push. Those 15 minutes after that, and I'll get up. I'll put myself a scoop of creatine, have put some water, go work out for 2 hours, come home by like 7:10, 7:15, have a shower and everything, leave to college by 8, be in college by 8:30, finish college. I go home by like 3-ish, if sometimes 4. Come home by like 4:45, crash until 7, wake up, study until 10:30, crash by 11, and wake up at 4:30 again.
So I'm assuming that you are having like, of course, 8 or 7 hours of sleep at once, but throughout the day you still make it up, by having your naps and
Yeah,
all.
the thing is, I have to sleep in the evening after I come from college, so that when I'm studying, I'm fresh in the head and I'm not like extremely tired. So I
Mm.
plan myself in such a way that when I'm studying in the evening, I'm not drained. Because college is very draining for me. I get very tired at college. So when I come home, I need
Right.
that an hour of nap, an hour or two. Yeah,
No, I think that makes sense, especially because you're going to the gym before too, right?
yeah,
Because firstly, college is draining itself, and you're also going to the gym in the morning too, right? So like you're like double drained, and
yeah.
to make up for that, you're sleeping. I mean, yeah, man, like interesting schedule. It's not the one that most people use because at least from what I've seen, what I do too, like I try to work out in the evenings because like I don't like getting up so early. Like I like
Proceed.
to sleep as much as possible in the morning. But yeah, so like props to you, man. Like honestly, like the fact that you're able to get up every single day at 4:30, it's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Um, as you said, right? Like um to like lose weight or like to get into shape, there's like a lot of discipline that's required. So like, of course, I think what everyone or all the people that go to the gym know this that nutrition is key, right? Like
Mhm.
without that, you can't go anywhere.
Mhm.
So what's your, diet right now?
I don't have a diet. The thing is, until I think 4 months back, I used to not take whey. I started taking whey like very recently, and I used to take creatine. But aside from that, nothing else. It's just what my mom makes. And I'm a very unhealthy eater. I eat the most unhealthy things you could find. I'll eat corners like thrice a week. If you see me in college, I'll be eating. I eat from the gourmet every day. Every day, it'll be like a fruity in my hand, or I'm eating chips or something. The thing is, for me, I can't give up on food. Like how you can't give up on sleep in the morning, I can't give up on food. It's just like I have to eat something which gives me joy. It's like my getaway, dude. If I'm like stressed or like angry or sad, for me, I have to eat something to, cheer myself up.
No,
Yeah.
so that's actually quite interesting to hear. Wait, but okay, wait, yeah. So how do you actually like balance that out then?
Bro, I actually the thing is my body's like mid for how much hard work I'm putting in. It's like very mid. Like if I got my diet sorted out, I feel like I would have had such a better physique. But I feel like I'm ready to, trade off not having abs for my joy. And yeah, for now at least.
Understandable,
My
understandable.
priorities right now aren't to get abs. Just for me to
Yeah, because
like
you have to have that
be at
balance. Like
peace.
you're putting in the work at college, you're putting in the work
Yeah,
at the gym, you're putting in the work at home, you're studying till like 10:30 at night.
exactly.
So you got to have some joy in life.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
exactly. I have to have some joy, something that gives me happiness.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I get.
Right. No, I think at least I think the fact that of course you're going to the gym for so long in the morning, like you're putting your body through that, like that stress
Yeah.
and the fact that you're exercising itself, like it, I wouldn't say directly cancels out whatever you're eating, okay,
Hmm.
but still, like at least you're not just consuming and not, like
Yeah,
working,
exactly.
because then that would be the start of the problem.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, no, because I honestly find that extremely fascinating because I have an extremely slow metabolism.
Mhm.
So for me, if I look at food, I gain it. If I smell food, I
I
gain
was born overweight
it.
too. For the
um,
first 12 years of my life, I was extremely fat. Then I started doing CrossFit. I became extremely lean. I became like really skinny. So like I've experienced every part of. the fitness journey, extremely fat, extremely skinny, and yeah.
So this brings up the
Yeah,
question,
no,
is it harder to go from fat to skinny or skinny to muscular?
Oh, which is easier?
Yeah, which is easier or harder?
I feel like fat to muscular is easier because you just transforming your fat into muscle because it's much easier because you're much stronger when you're fat. But when you're
Yeah.
skinny, it's very hard to gain strength and gain muscle at the same time. But when you're fat, you already have the strength. You just have to build it. So yeah,
yeah. No, I think, of course, I have people who I know that have gone from fat to muscular and skinny to muscular. And I think what both of them have agreed on, and what I kind of agree to, right, going from fat to muscular is physically, I would say, easier, but mentally extremely hard.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
like
yeah.
most people who are born overweight are extremely, people who like love eating foodies, right? So for them to have that strength in their mind to say like, okay, I won't eat this and I'll limit myself and I'll cut. Whereas say for someone who's going from skinny to muscular, right? Like I know people who are trying, like who are shoving food down their throats and are still and would gain barely any weight, right? So for them, it's more physically harder because for them, like cutting is extremely easy because for them, like that's how they
Bro,
were, living their life. And for fat people,
for
it
me,
was
to be
opposite,
honest, personally, I never like cut on food or like shoved up food shoved food down my throat. Like I never did that. I Yeah, I never actually did any of those. It was just like workout, come home, sleep, workout, come home, sleep. That's all. For the last 3 years of my life, that's all I've done. No diet, nothing, yeah, no diet at all. I feel like I told myself I was too young to have a diet, and I convinced myself I was too young to have a diet, and I never like forced myself to eat or like forced myself not to eat. That's the thing. I can't cut down on food and like I can't shove up food. It's just like I'm gonna eat how much I want. If fuck it if I don't want to eat it. Yeah, that's it.
but I think while because that's actually, it's if I'll be honest, that's the first time I've actually ever heard of that.
Yeah.
But
I feel like
no, but
the way you're telling the thing, the things people have gone through, the way they do it, they get results very fast because you're putting in a diet. You get your results faster. For me, it was very slow. The results. It was like it took me a
right,
year to get my physique right from skinny to muscular. But people could do that in 6 months. That's the thing. But for me, it was just like
right.
I don't mind. It's
No,
fine.
and
I
I
did take
think
its time.
where where you said first work out, college, come home, sleep. So I think what people like they tend to actually miss out on the small stuff where they think it's just gym, diet, gym, diet, gym, diet, where there's so much
Yeah,
more, right? Like
yeah.
it's your water intake, it's your environment in general, it's your sleep. So there are so many factors that can actually change how fast or how slow you can gain or lose weight. So I think that part you've actually nailed it. Where you said like you're getting sleep properly,
Yeah,
you're
sleep, dude. That's like the most important thing.
mentally.
Yeah,
Exactly. And
sleep. Yeah.
mentally, like you're having like a really, really good time, like with your friends, of course. Of course, college, we
Bro,
all
I've
know.
come to a point where I don't have to spoil my sleep over someone, and that's like such a blessing. Because if I'm sleeping at 11 and waking up at 4, that's like 6 hours of sleep, and I'm sleeping for 3 hours, 3 to 2 hours in the afternoon. So I'm getting a proper 8 hours, 8 to 7 hours of sleep. Like it's so good. My body has improved so much in the last 2 months after I started sleeping. And yeah, sleep is like the more that's what I literally didn't have in 10th. I used to sleep for 4 hours a day and I used to study the entire day. So it was just like in 10th, that's one thing I lacked, which I, made up for in 11th.
Yeah.
Right. Of course, again, staying on the whole fitness thing, what's your
It's back and biceps, chest and triceps, shoulders, and legs. So 4 days a week, I'll hit all the muscles once at least. And on the fifth day, I'll hit a muscle which I'm lacking, which I feel like I'm lacking and I need to grow.
Okay.
I think that's actually quite a good way to go about it, because like you end up hitting the right amount of sets totally for that muscle group, and for that one day where you're like, okay, like now or like for the next 3 4 months, I think like I need to work on my shoulders or my arms or my legs, and you
Yeah,
focus
exactly.
specifically on that. So yeah, man,
Yeah.
I think honestly, I might actually take that into consideration because like
Well,
I've been
for
trying to do the
me,
whole push pull
that
legs
was
thing.
like I'm
Yeah, because
confident
I've
in
been
it.
trying to do the whole push pull legs right now,
I never
but
understood push pull.
because
I don't, I till
look,
date don't know what push pull is. Not even kidding.
look, push is almost the same. So it's chest, triceps, and shoulders. A pull is just back and biceps. Legs is legs,
Huh.
and you repeat that.
Mhm.
So at least for me, I find that a little more easier because right now I'm just like, bro, schedule is packed, man.
Yeah,
With
it's packed. My God,
like the Christ
life is,
life is real.
yeah, Christ life.
Okay?
The life you see on
Yeah,
Instagram, the life you have in real, it's very different.
yeah.
My God,
So
yeah.
like,
Get me
so,
started.
so the reason I'm on the PPL split right now is because okay, like even if I go to the gym 3 days a week, I'm still hitting every muscle group. So like
Mhm.
that's my idea behind
Yeah,
it.
that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think with that, we have very little time remaining. So
Yes.
that comes to the end of the episode. Everyone watching, we hope you enjoyed it. Hemant, we hope you enjoyed it. Um,
Yes, I did.
and yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Go like, comment, share, subscribe, follow us on Insta, follow Hemant on Insta. Make sure one of his other reels also go viral. And yeah, thank you for watching.
And if we
Thank
don't see you again, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thank you, everyone.